Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariesa. For those who are new, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a quick updo on this hair. We are going to do it in 15 minutes or less because I literally only have that much time to do this in. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below so you can get more videos on how you can stay encouraged, inspired, and motivated to live your best dash. Okay, so like I previously stated, I only have 15 minutes to do this style, really less than that. However, I wanted to let you know that I've already washed my hair, I have conditioned it and detangled it, and the only thing that's in it right now is a little leave-in conditioner. I did blow it dry, so right now I'm going to take some moisture milk and I'm going to put it throughout my hair so that my hair will be nice and moisturized and it won't be dry going into the ponytail. So I didn't show you how much, a generous amount. You just want to make sure that your hair is not dry going into the ponytails. And I like to pay particular attention to my ends because that's where we tend to dry out the quickest and the most. So I'm gonna go ahead and put more in there. I have a spot in my hair that gets really, really dry right here in the middle. Well, I'm gonna say I have two different textures in my hair. The front and the back are cool, but this middle, how many of y'all have two different textures in your hair? If you have two different textures in your hair, drop it in the comments and tell me how you manage it. How do you deal with two textures in your hair? Me, I just have to pay really close attention to that middle and make sure I keep it moisturized and just realize that it is what it is. I just got two textures. Excuse me, I just have two textures. So I'm gonna put some more in before I begin to part. I'm gonna brush it in a little bit. Make sure I get my ends really, really good. And take my little brush. I'm just gonna brush it in a little bit. Like I said, I really need to have this done in less than 15 minutes. Of course, this has water in it, so my hair is gonna wave up just a smidge, but that's okay. I'm natural and I know that that's gonna happen. I'm trying to think if I should do two or one. Two or one. Do I have time to do two? That's the question. So really, really quickly, before I get started, I wanna just draw your attention to this. This little thing here is my handy dandy psoriasis. It's been with me since about 2007, which I'll talk about that in just a minute. But real quick, I wanna part it. Do I want to part it? Do I not? I don't think I have time. So I'm going to do another tutorial on how I do like the two ponytail twisty spinny look. It's really pretty. But for today, I'm going to go ahead and do one because I think that's all I have time for. So I have two ponytail holders. Even though I said I'm going to do one, I'm going to show you why I needed two ponytail holders. I have my edge control and my moisture milk. And I want to brush it up and make sure it all kind of is starting to go that way. Start using my hands. Ooh, do that. Just for now. Then I'm gonna take some more of my moisture milk and I'm gonna put it all around so it can begin to lay down a bit. So back to what I was saying, back in 2007, I noticed that right in the front of my hair, I started getting really, really bad dry skin. And I had never had like bad dandruff before. I only had like just a little baby minuscule amount. And well, I'm gonna go ahead and brush this in now, make it lay down. And I noticed that it was getting worse and worse. No matter what I did, it was all up along this hairline and it would be big flakes that were hard to get off. And I was like, man, and I'll tell you why I remember that it was 2007 because, excuse me, I was sweating. I remember it was 2007 because I was student teaching and I had a my 2-year-old son. I was a single mom and I was student teaching. So I thought course, I'm self-diagnosing. Okay, I have seborrheic dermatitis or I have psoriasis. Real quick, I'm gonna take my edge control, put it in my hand, and just do the same thing I kind of did with the moisture milk. So I can begin to lay this down. Anyway, so when I was student teaching, you know, I self-diagnosed myself, but it was a very stressful time because not only was I student teaching and I was a single mother to my 2-year-old son at the time, not only was that stressful, I was stressed out because I was also taking night classes at a local college because they said I was not going to graduate unless I took these classes that were World Civs. Well, if anybody is familiar with the university scene, World Civs are taken like your first year, right? So before I take this ponytail out, I'm gonna go ahead and get this one ready to go in there instead of it. I'm gonna kind of replace it. Kind of weird, sorry. But anyway, I'm gonna get these edges really good and then I'm gonna do that. Text coming through. So I was taking World Civ. I took China and I took Japanese and, well, Japan, not Japanese. I took China World Civ and Japan World Civ. And I had a good friend at the time that actually kind of helped me along in those courses because I was teaching, student teaching full time. I'm gonna loosen that a bit. It's still in there though. Brush this on in. Because I was student teaching full time. I'm sorry, I have a child calling me. Hold on one second. Yes? No, hold on one second. It's hard being a mother. All right, so I was teaching. I remember I had to be at the school at 7:45 in the morning after dropping my 2-year-old off at daycare. And then I would have to be there until like sometimes 4 o'clock. Maybe even after that if I had other work to do. And then I would get off, I would hurry up, get my son from daycare. Now what I'm gonna do is take this, like I said, and replace. Get my son from daycare, and you wanna make it nice and tight because you're gonna replace this other ponytail holder, which is now conveniently slid down. So anyway, I would pick him up, go home. I was living with my mother. I had never left home. I stayed with my mother. That was one good thing that I really appreciate about my parents. Before I had my son, they told me not to move out. They told me just to stay so that they could help me, and I thank God for that. One of the best decisions I could have made. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take that one out because I have a good grip on this one. It's not as high as I want it, but it's okay because I have less than 15 minutes. So you're gonna go ahead and put this in. So anyway, I would pick him up from daycare after a whole full day of student teaching. And then I would go ahead and tighten it, go home, try to eat a little something. And then I remember, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days out the week, I would have China or Japan class to go to at night. And that was just something. So what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and braid this so that it can get out my way for the ponytail hair. So anywho, I would go to Japan class and just be completely exhausted. Sit in China class on the days I had China and be completely exhausted and not really know what the heck is going on in these World Civs. But thanks be to God, I passed and I graduated. So I thought because I was student teaching is maybe why the stress, maybe it was like stress-induced psoriasis, I'm not sure. Okay, as I finish this up, I'm gonna put a rubber band on the end. And then I'm gonna pin it, which I don't have, of course. So I'm gonna go get one. Probably don't have to pin it, but yes, that's how I live. Pippi Longstocking, be right back. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this long bobby pin and I'm gonna wrap this around and pin it. And I literally only have about 5 minutes left. I'm gonna go ahead and pin that in there. And make sure it's not turned and crooked and doing all that crazy stuff. Anyway, there. Now, I have, ooh, and it came off. That's good because I wanted to show you guys how I do it. So I have this braiding hair that I actually already used for ponytail. I'm gonna take it and right in the middle, I'm gonna take my ponytail holder. I'm gonna put it on here. And I don't know if you can see that. Just take me, show you better. Take it like this, grab it like that. Take this and loop one of them through, and then I have just this to put it on. Okay, my thing came off. Great. Let's go ahead and pin it. So my story said, to get back to my story and to finish it because I'm running out of time, I suffered with psoriasis since 2007. Again, I'm still not sure whether it's seborrheic dermatitis or it's something else. I just put it on like that. You can do it tighter if you want. So I'm gonna actually do, I think, twist. I'm gonna take one half and twist it, and then I'm gonna take the other half and twist it. So anywho, so now I'm still fighting with it, but there are actually good shampoos and good things you can use to help with it. And it actually took me years to find, I'm putting this on the bottom just to hold it. Took me years to like find something that was good for me. Twist the other side. So if you want to know what I use to manage my psoriasis and how I keep mine under control, please drop it in the comments and I will do a video of kind of like my wash day routine and what I use to manage my psoriasis and keep my scalp from getting really, really bad. So yeah, I thought that, oh, this is happening with my scalp because all this going on with me. Student teaching, 2-year-old, going to class, dealing with my son's father, any of that. Shut my door. Okay, so you're gonna take this twist and you're just gonna wrap it around. And I just wrap it. And I have a bag of hairpins here, and I'm gonna go ahead and pin it. I'm gonna pin the end very good because I don't want it to come out. All right, so that's there. I'm gonna pin this part of it just to make it a little bit more secure. I don't have any holding or hairspray, but I have to get some more. You're gonna take your other twist and you can wrap it the opposite way or do something more with it, like here. I'm just gonna put it up, and then I like to have a little bit of blonde in the front. I don't know, because I just like to. And I'm gonna pin this under so it'll stay. Ooh, under here. Of course it didn't stay. I'm gonna pin it under there, and here just to kind of secure it. All right, now I'm gonna take this and put it back where I had it. Okay. And you can kind of play with it however you want. You gotta make sure that you cover your own hair though. So sometimes pulling it and kind of just tugging on it and getting it where you want it helps. And you pin it in the inside to make sure that your hair is covered too. I would hate to be out and this just kind of fell off. Actually, it would be kind of funny, but. So anywho, this is kind of the look. I do need to secure it a little bit more, but this is gonna do for now. And of course, I like to go through and pin it down a little more. I would love to have this blonde peek out a little bit more. I like blonde. I have to get some more color in my hair. So I actually went ahead and I did graduate with all that stress from college. Have my teaching degree in secondary education, concentration in English, secondary language arts English, which I told about in the intro, in my intro. You're gonna find that you got little maybe flyaways. You can just spray them, cut them off, or even pin them. But I go through and I slick my edges and everything, and then I will tie it down. For the sake of today, I don't have time. So my time is up. This is a quick 15-minute. This is a quick 15-minute or less style. I'm actually gonna go through it. Do a little bit more on my edges. And then I have to hop on this recording. I don't have my edge brush in here and I don't have time to go get it. So yeah, this will go away with the stuff that I use for my psoriasis. It will go away, it won't be red. But anywho, so again, drop in the comments if you want to see a video on how I maintain my hair, my scalp health, dealing with psoriasis or seborrheic dermatitis. I have been to a dermatologist years ago. I just didn't want to use that old cream they had, so I wanted to use something else. I'm gonna pin that because that's gonna bother me. So anywho, this is about it. And I'm gonna close out. I don't know if you can see, I'm gonna do a quick spin. I don't even know what it'll look like. Does it look good, y'all? I hope it looks good. But anyway, that's all. I have to go. Remember, living your best dash doesn't mean that everything's perfect, but it does mean that you choose to make the best of everything regardless of circumstance. Bye-bye for now. See you next time. Give me some comments. Leave some comments in the comment section and let me know what else you want to know about hair. All right, y'all take care. So I am actually back. My recording got pushed back a little bit and I didn't like the way I left the other video. So just to tell you what I'll do, I went ahead and took my Shine Mist spray and I went ahead and sprayed to give a little shine and just a smidge of a light soft hold, and then I went ahead and pinned it down just a little bit more. Hope you can see that. So then what I'm gonna do now so that everything will stay nice and slicked, I'm gonna take my long scarf that I have had for a number of years and I'm gonna wrap it around here, and then I'm going to tie it, and I'm gonna leave this on for a little bit. My recording got pushed back, so I'm gonna leave it on until they are ready. And then I'm gonna take it off and it will be nice and together. This will be slicked down, it'll be nice and dry, and all will be well. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my area. And I'm gonna say it again because I want you to remember it. Living your best dash doesn't mean that everything's perfect, but it does mean that you choose to make the best of everything regardless of circumstance. And a little later, we're gonna get into the dash a little bit, but y'all have a great one. Until next time, bye-bye.